Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Yashika Guleria, Assistant Professor Commerce, Government College Arki, Himachal Pradesh University, Shimla. Today we are going to talk on module Attitude and Values from the paper Human Values and Indian Ethos. After studying this module, you will be able to understand first, the need of human values for individual growth. Second, and the most important, is the human values and corporate sector. Coming on to the introduction part, which is the most important, and giving an overview of the module, a set of values, assumptions and belief constitute an integral part of organization development, shaping the goals and methods of the field and distinguishing organizational development from other improvement strategies. Most of these beliefs were formulated early in the development of the field, and they constitute to evolve as the field itself evolves. These values and assumptions developed from research and theory by behavioral scientists and from the experiences and observations of practicing managers. Let's start with the need of human values for the individual growth. For individual to grow, basic human values are of prime importance. Each personality type has a different idea of what it means to be successful. Self-knowledge is one common goal that will help everyone to achieve personal success. So many people are hung up on someone else's idea of what it means to be successful, and they are unaware of what is truly important to them. This is completely normal. We all have important role models and influences in our life that may have basic values that are quite different from our own. If this is the case, it is important to recognize that the discrepancy between what we have been taught is truly important and what we are personally believe to be truly important is due to a difference in perspective, that is the human perspective. The ancient Indian education was basically aimed at personal growth and advancement of individual. Our education system is the oldest in the world and has some qualities which are proud of and which do not exist anywhere else in the world. Today, there is an acute need of inculcate human values for personal growth and development of people. Some of the prominent human values can be categorized as: first, genuine. One should have genuine feeling for others. Behavior should be honest, warm and heartily for people around you. Individual feelings should be such that it felt genuinity by others. Second, modesty. One must be humble in his or her approach. There should not be a feeling of superiority within an individual. Modesty and humanity is nature have a far more everlasting impact on the people. Third is the self-respect. One should always try to be someone whom people around give respect and seek advice from. One who never consider material gain over and above his own moral values. One should never allow anyone to move you away from doing what is right and acceptable. Fourth, rationality. one must be rational in his thinking. Your values should be such that it is not easily influenced by other thinking. Have a rational approach towards comparing situation, acts, people, etc. Don't let prejudice or emotion affect you and your judgment. Courteous. One should always show courtesy while behaving with others. Always adopt an approach of good manners, even though others around you may not. Sixth, incorrupt. One should opt a strong approach for withholding one's own life values. Don't let outside powers to corrupt you. It must be known to the external environment that you are not the person whose moral values and reaction are saleable. Seventh, civility. One must have a great civic sense. It is very pertinent to know how to behave in society and extend courtesy to others. Eighth is the wisdom. It is very important to have knowledge, but more important to have wisdom. One should try to understand the real qualities of people and apply his or her wisdom for the greater good of humanity. Ninth, wholesomeness. One should be conducive of not only physical well-being but also psychological as well as spiritual well-being also. One must be completely attentive and active while interacting with others. 10th, charity. Establishing a feeling of empathetic and compassionate behavior towards others helps the individual to grow his or her personality. Learn to extend a helping hand towards others even though they themselves are not able to help you. Human values and corporate sector. Today, as the corporate sector is increasingly becoming more competitive, the importance of human values have acquired all the more important place in our socio-economic firmament. Human values are the virtues that guide us to take into account the human element when we interact with other human beings. These are the positive disposition that serrate bonds of humanity amongst people and thus have value for all of us as human beings. These are strong positive feelings towards the human essence of the other fellow. It is both what we expect others to do to us and what we aim to give to other human beings. First, categorization of values for managers. Core values for managers in India. However, these are some dominant values also known as core values that are considered a crucial by majority of managers. These are integrity, trust, achievement, truthfulness, humility, contentment and motivation. Second, personal traits of manager in India. Every manager has certain personal traits which vary from person to person. Personal traits are enduring characteristics of an individual by which he or she can be identified. These traits are stability, skill, creativity, achievement and flexibility. Third, goals of a typical manager in India. Values of a manager will have a direct influence on the goals and objectives he sets for the organization. Personal goals of a manager may vary depending on goals, culture and philosophy of the concerned organization. Last point of the first categorization is the important personal qualities of a manager. Managers with limited abilities and skills, with static values and goals, may not be able to achieve success in all circumstances. Moving on to the second categorization of values for managers. First, physical values. These values are as follows: accuracy, cleanliness, maximum utilization of resources, orderliness, punctuality and timeliness. Comprises the organizational values. These values are as detailed below. Accountability. Next, communication, cooperation, coordination, discipline, integration. Third comes the psychological values. These values are continuous improvement, creativity. Third, customer delight, develop people, agreement, innovation, integrity. Let's summarize the whole session. We can say a set of values, assumptions and beliefs constitutes an integral part of organization development, shaping the goals and methods of the field and distinguishing organizational development from other improvement strategies. For individual growth, basic human values are of prime importance. Each personality type has a different idea of what it means to be successful. Self-knowledge is one common goal that will help everyone to achieve personal success. Today, as the corporate sector is increasing, becoming more competitive, the importance of human values have acquired all the important place in our socio-economic firmament. Human values are the virtues that guide us to take into account the human element that we interact with other human beings. Values depend on the stakeholder as they expect different values from business. Markets and owners expect that economic value be created. Customers may expect to obtain desired goods and services on time and at competitive prices. Employees may expect a substantive and meaningful job with commensurate compensation. Suppliers may expect to be paid on time. And as a whole, society may expect that their environment will be improved, etc. They must take certain steps and follow practices which observes value while taking decision that impact and influence organization stakeholders as well as society. Hence, human values are of utmost importance for modern day managers. Thank you.